Hello and welcome back to Lost Shards. We'll be continuing where we left off, which is where you and Tate are on your way to the look for the Wyvern. Tate has the general area of where it's supposed to be, and they're about to search that area. And prior to that, they got the medallion, the obligatory medallion scene where Cody is led by Scribbles, but this time Tate was tagging along. He thought it was a dream. Scribbles made sure that he thought it was a dream. Before that, it was the whole thing with Spot and Jack. But yeah, so right now we're gonna basically find the Wyvern? Question mark. This is the first part is technically what I had to cut from the previous video to make sure that it's not that long. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, let's continue. The more we advance, the more stress we get. It's quiet. Too quiet. There is nothing around here. Yeah, no mammals, no birds, no nightfallen. Keep your eyes open. Oh, really? I was thinking about taking a nap right about here and now. Don't get an attitude with me. Shh. Look. Finally, between the trees, a man-made structure rises. Two of them, actually. It's something resembling a totem or perhaps a weird road sign. Animal skulls on wooden pillars surrounded by feathers and cloth guard what looks like a natural-made path further into the dark forest. Like gargoyles staring at us with dark, empty eyes. That is as good a sign as we can get that we're on the right path. I study the skulls a bit closer to make sure that they once belonged to wild animals and not people. A sigh of relief escapes my mouth as the biology matches the one of a typical forest deer and the other one a stag. This explains the lack of wildlife in the area. We change our course and start walking or levitating on the new path that we found. More signs, such as temporary leather tents in the trees made for scouting, appear on our way. But no living beings so far. At least no more skulls in sight. At last, a large fence made of regular-sized logs, obtained either from far away or from baby giant trees, comes into view, above which the tops of multiple huts can be seen. The perimeter is unguarded, but the hubbub behind the fence makes it clear that there are people there. We fly low around the fence until we find a big enough crack to see what's going on. Inside, we are met with a very large clearing, surrounded by those huts in different sizes, colors, and materials, mostly consisting of wood and leather. Some of them are on the ground, others suspended in the trees. People. No. Nightfallen, wildfurs to be more specific, are walking around living their daily lives. Some are descaling and cleaning fish, preparing them to be made a meal out of in a nearby pot. Others are washing pieces of cloth, which I assume are supposed to be clothes in a narrow creek that rushes through a part of the camp. Clothes might be an overstatement, since they're all mostly naked, wearing the bare minimum with the exception of 2 or 3 individuals. No matter how lively, busy, or interesting the image is, the cat's eyes are fixed on one and one thing only. A large pillar in the middle of it all, surrounded by flower offerings. Soft bedding lies at the foot of it, elevated from the ground, with a makeshift tent of leaves and sticks at the top, inside which a small indigo snout can be seen. Seraph. There he is. We whisper. Why don't you just teleport there and get him? This is our chance. Are you out of your mind? Don't you remember the pool of blood that he created because those dumbasses woke him up? Ah, yeah. That will be bad. Besides, I don't want to waste my magic before the battles. Are you serious? That's your second excuse? Yes, I'm serious. Look at him. He's completely fine over there. I told you that I'm not going to sabotage our life at the academy for my sake. Plus, we need a plan. We can't just bring him back to the same place. They're just going to come back. And since he's still a Nightfallen, he can't get inside the barrier. Yeah. Then, what do you propose? There is only one answer for now. I say we... Hello there. Our eyes widen immediately, and we remain unmoving. A deep but smooth voice makes its appearance right next to our ears, followed by the same moment by a cold, hard, and thin object pressed against my throat. I dare not speak or move, but my pupils has to turn towards my friend. He has the same reaction as me, but his surprise quickly turns to anger and annoyance. He was pretty sneaky. Impressive ambush. You could make yourself useful and protect us. A barrier for our necks would be nice, in case he tries anything. Sure, let a demon of destruction and lust and chaos use protection magic. I could kill him before he could react, if you want. No, just make sure that we don't die. Fine, your death would be definitely an inconvenience to me. Because he's touching us both, there is no way that we can teleport away and be safe at the same time. A spotted snout gets closer, from in between our heads, making it easier to see with the side of my eye. I apologize for the rude welcome. I just wanted to make sure not to startle you, so you don't immediately blink away. I'd say that you startled us more this way than with the regular greeting. But it worked, didn't it? You're still here. It's not like we have a choice. That is true, but I do. And now that both of your lives are in my hands, and I can end them at any moment. Very welcoming indeed. Will you promise not to run away when I let go? It should be proof enough that we don't want to bring you any harm, since there won't be any better opportunity than this to do so. Yeah, we get it. The cat lets go of my hand with a little resistance on my part. Thank you very much. The knives are removed, together with a small fur patch, cleanly cut by the blades. The man takes a few steps back as we both turn to face him. My friend beside me is still clinging to a sour expression. He clearly didn't like being taken by surprise. I once again apologize for my threat. I hope that you can find it in your hearts to forgive me. He bows to us deeply. To be fair, although my heart was racing when he first appeared, it's true that I don't feel even a tiny bit threatened, since what's deadlier around here than having a knife pressed against your neck? Not to mention that he has a very calm, polite, and even joyful attitude. Ignoring his well-defined muscles and size, I feel safe around him. I don't think so. Don't antagonize him, please. That is a shame to hear. He looks genuinely sad. I'll forgive you. My response was automatic, but at least it made him light up a bit. Can't say the same about the cat's needle-like stare directed towards me. I know why you're here. You do? Then you know that we have problems to solve here. He nods. You must be the one that found Vathi. What? The dragon. So he is a dragon. Too loud? Why, of course. What else could he be? He bows again. We are very thankful for the care that you provided and your collaboration. You literally stole him from me. You kidnapped him. Why? Kivali is very important for our tribe, you see. We worship the dragons. Anything other than complete luxury is a sin. We wanted to provide that for him. I'm glad that you had the same instincts of protecting him, despite your friend's denial of his nature. He glances at me. After all, it is in our blood, brother. Brother? Oh no, I am not falling for this one again. We're here to take my friend home, and that's what we'll do. He appears panicked. Please understand that we cannot allow you to do that. The next time our parties go searching for him, I won't be able to convince them not to be violent. Why couldn't you just try to negotiate? Do you believe that would have worked? No. We have been expecting your arrival, so that we can explain the situation better. We do not wish to be enemies, but we do want Kivati to be safe and fulfill his destiny. What destiny? If you wish, we can talk more inside. My father, our chief, would be happy to see you, both of you. Is it safe to just walk in? Yes, after all, we made sure that our guards and scouts know about you. Otherwise, you would have gotten an arrow in the knees and dragged in the camp by force for questioning long ago. Not a fan of that imagery. Lead the way then. Wait, we're actually going in? He proved a point. We're not in any real danger. And I want to see my friend closer. Wonderful, follow me then. He walks along the fence, looking back and waiting for us with a smile and nods of encouragement. We look at each other and follow. I realize that I didn't introduce myself yet. You can also call me by my adventurer's name, Bob. Totally different sounding names. Why two of them? And why Bob? Names are precious to us. They are given only after finding our calling or individuality within our tribe. Since I was away from my tribe before I got my name, I had to use a replacement. Your kind doesn't take "I haven't deserved my name yet" as a serious answer, so a very nice gentleman picked this one for me. So, what about you two? My name is Cody. Pleased to meet you, Cody. And you, the one with the persistent frown? Let me guess. Athen? What makes you guess that? As far as history of your kind goes, that is a name that is associated with fury, and I thought that your continuous anger might be a part of you enough to get you that name. We don't choose names based on personality traits. Maybe I appear angry because I am guided by my friend's kidnapper towards the entrance of the camp full of my friend's kidnappers. Did you consider that in your naming philosophy? I have not. I'm sorry. May I ask your real name in that case? I'd rather keep that one to myself for now. I understand. You must value names as much as we do. I guess. Why Bob, though? Here we are. Two people, or Nightfallen, stand atop two low towers on either side of the main gate and give a signal for it to open as soon as they spot Ragnar. As we step inside, I notice that this whole part of the camp is very welcoming looking. The tall fence is only visible behind me, and the rest is obscured either by trees, huts, or is simply too far away to see, giving the whole place a very open vibe. Additionally, the other Nightfallen here either pay us no mind, as if they knew that we'd come by, or even approach us happily. They exchange some words with Ragnar before extending their hands for a shake, which we both accept out of politeness. Although handshakes are not the only way they greet, apparently. Hey! Get your paws off my ass, you pervert! No, stop! Bob, tell your child-stealing weirdos to get away. Ze vont halgulda. Ah, Tula. Meg hima. Forgive us. I thought that I told him to keep our usual traditions out of your way, but some didn't get the memo. He squints his eyes at the handsy Nightfallen, which moves back, chuckling awkwardly. Yeah, okay. Can I see my friend now? Hivati is right this way. Not much guidance is needed since the flowery pillar was always in sight. We just want to keep close to Ragnar. For safety reasons at first, but now I'm just enjoying the view. I never knew just how mesmerizing spots can be, and those hips and shoulder movements paired with the tail swinging, contoured muscles and big smile. I should try to snap out of it before I drool. To be fair, I am in a camp full of sexy monsters that resemble people the most out of any species of Nightfallen out there, so can you blame my lust? Here he is. Don't get too close now. Waking him up would be a big mistake. Yes, I know. Unlike the smartass that you sent to get him yesterday. If it makes you feel any better, he lost 2 fingers in the process. It does. Just a little bit. He gets about 10 feet away from the little tent, where the Wyvern or dragon is sleeping, then sits down crisscross, watching attentively, not making a sound or movement. I think that he will be at it for a while. Can you blame him? He gestures for me to follow him a little ways off, and I do just that. I presume that it's just so that we don't talk about him right in his ear's reach. I do feel bad about our approach, I really do. But it's one of the things that I just had to agree with my father about. That your townspeople like Nightfallen even less than the towns that I've been in. So we couldn't just knock on your door and ask for our deity back. How did it end up randomly in the woods anyway? Beats me, the egg was never in our possession, so I can't tell. My father had a premonition about him, so he sent in scouts to retrieve him. What kind of destiny were you talking about earlier? It is said that each tribe of the Nightfallen will be led someday by a powerful dragon that will make our lives easier and help us defeat any enemy threatening us. At least, that's what the chief says. He's been obsessed with the idea of protecting the tribe through whatever means necessary. You do know that dragons went extinct long ago, right? Isn't your kind worshipping hundreds of different deities that you've never seen before and have no proof that they've ever existed? Yes. I suppose at least dragons did exist once. Exactly. So when there is a chance that the child of a god has been born, you can't take any risks. I doubt my friend will see it the same way. But do you? I think so. I'm glad that you're reasonable. Soon the cat joins us, with a new smile on his face, rivaling the one Ragnar has. Alright, I'm done. Done with what? Assessing the situation. Kivathi or whatever looks fine. He's well fed, breathes normally, and doesn't look like he has any injuries. Does that mean? Yes, I give you permission to take care of him under one condition. Anything? I get to visit him whenever I want. Of course. Does that mean we're celebrating? Absolutely, we're holding a big feast today, and you two have to be our guests of honor. Ah, I just knew that you'd see it the right way. After all, we're like kin, perhaps closer. What does that mean? Of course, I forgot that I'm the only one in our tribe that you ever spoke to. You, with the hidden name. You do not have parents, correct? What? Why do you ask? And why do you know that? In that case, let me present myself again. I am Ragnar, son of the Nightingale tribes, chief, and your older step-brother. Nice to meet you. My jaw drops, which seems like the appropriate response to the revelation, but a certain cat didn't think so. He gives us both a weird, light smile. That's pretty cool. Is that it? That's your reaction? Yeah, I mean, it sounds awesome that a tribe of Nightfallen took care of me when I was little. Works well with my future hunter career's backstory. I'm a bit confused. You can say that twice. Did you know all along? Not really. Then how come you are not happier? Because I don't really remember any of this. No offense, but I have no idea if you're telling the truth. It's not really something that I can just take to the heart from the start. My whole life started when Mr. Bandrate found me, as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't mind hearing about this, but I'm only going to express my emotions once I know the argument I'm hearing has some weight to it. He does have a point. I can't believe that I just believed Ragnar's words immediately. Not to call him a liar, but information needs to be verified. You've grown into a fine and just man. In that case, perhaps you should hear the story from someone that was here at the time, instead of your adventure-seeking stepbrother. My father resides in a large hut just further in. Yes, we should go there right now. Actually, we're going to be late to our battle if we stay any longer. I want to protest, but I don't want to push him further just to fill my curiosity. A battle, you say? You two are noble warriors as well? Something like that. You can call upon us any time, and we will be happy to assist defeating any enemy of yours. We'll keep that in mind. You will be back after, yes? I look at my friend before responding. Yes. I am happy to hear it. I can't wait to introduce you to everyone else. They're dying to meet you, but I had to hold them off for our first meeting. They can be a bit much sometimes. And Cody. Yes? He takes my hand in his, holding them tight and looking into my eyes. Thank you, and good luck. The warm and genuine smile is almost too much for me to handle. No problem, and thanks to you too. I should have enough information to teleport us back without having to fly. Come on, lover boy. Bye, Ragnar. See you later. He snatches my hand away and a bright flash takes away my vision the next second. Then the front gate of the arena comes into view. Our departure was quick, and maybe even a bit rude, although I'll be honest when I say that I can't help but breathe relieved to be back in society, at last. The cat radiates dozens of emotions each second, ranging from happy, to angry, to sad, to exasperated. Hey. I don't want to make a big deal out of nothing or the other way around, but are you okay? You know, you can rely on me. If you want to talk or just vent, I'm here. It's alright. I appreciate you being here. I admit, it was unexpected and big news, some might say. But this isn't a telenovela. The story of my life won't be altered forever, because frankly, I don't really care that much about my past. I do want to know more. I'm just curious. That's why we're definitely going back. Other than that, as I said before, I don't want pity. Not from you, not from myself, not from my possibly lost adoptive family. Besides, you can't take everything a Nightfallen says at face value. I understand. And you know what? I think that you should write a book. A book? Yeah, an autobiography. Your life is proving to be way more interesting than I thought. At least, compared to my city boy life, the most exciting thing that ever happened was my mom's divorce. You don't give yourself enough credit. I bet the custody battle was an interesting season. Nah, it was done in one episode. My dad just kind of gave up from the start. Ouch. Well, speaking of battles... Yeah, it's time to demolish some first years, huh? I need an outlet. I'm almost sorry about how hard we'll beat them. As we walk inside, we're met with silence from the crowd. Everyone is just too focused on the next battle announcement from Chelsea. And who can blame them? The contestants are none other than Marina and Cole, teaming up against Oliver and Rose. Can anyone possibly win against Marina? Dallin could, for sure. Then, is anyone ever defeating Dallin? Haima. It's kind of like a game of rock, paper, scissors between those three. Dallin beats Marina, Marina beats Haima, and Haima beats Dallin. But right now, if Oliver has something up his sleeve, or if Marina can't bring herself to hurt him, then she might even lose. Should we go register for a battle while we're at it? Nah, I told Dallin yesterday to put us as the last pair. I told you that I don't want to miss it. Now, I wonder how Rose will protect herself from those ice attacks. I don't think we'll get to focus on the battle, unfortunately. Why do you say that? Oh. From between the crowd, two worried and angry figures rush towards us. What are the chances that those frowns are there because they missed us so much? Hey guys, how's it hanging? Don't try to sway us with your friendly words, you sexy, spotted dork. What? Why so moody this time? Didn't get head in a while? No. Yes. Shut up. Tate, we have problems. What's wrong? What's wrong is that you two are very late. Everyone wants to see you participate because of what you managed to do at practice. So? Didn't you sign us up for last? You didn't forget, did you? No, we didn't. But since you are last, you can't choose your opponents. Since there is only one pair remaining as well, obviously. That was never a problem for us. Who are the unfortunate suckers? Me and Cody are going to demolish anyone. It's me and Aiden. What? You're gonna have to fight us, idiots! Oh, geez. We heard you the first time. Why? Was there nobody else for you to choose from? We asked Chelsea to sign us up together to fight first years so that we can show them what defeat means and teach them that there is always somebody stronger, but they shouldn't give up or feel discouraged to fight on. I just wanted to beat the shit out of some first years. Every pair that was told that they have to fight us forfeited before we even began. And so we were left for last. And we were the last pair as well. Yep. It's alright, Cody. We understand if you want to give up. There is always next year. We didn't think that everyone would just run away like that. Yeah, let's just hope that next time we... Hey. You don't think that we'll back away from a challenge, do you? You're not serious, right? You know that we won't hold back. We were not asking you to. Cody, you too? Their panic news were a bit of a surprise. Not gonna lie, but seeing the cat's confidence makes me think that we won't get completely obliterated. We do a one-armed hug and stand our ground with irrational smiles of poise in the face of danger. We're going right after this battle ends. Do we even have a plan? Yeah, the plan is to win. Hell yeah. I suppose Tate's blind optimism rubbed off on you as well, huh? More like idiocy. Call it whatever you want. Our magic is just as good as yours, if not better. Speaking of, I meant to ask this before, but what are your powers, Cody? We notice electricity in your auditions. Is it safe to assume that you're an elementalist? Well, Shh. He grabs my muzzle with both hands and holds it tightly shut. Don't tell them. That's the only advantage that we have on them. I mean, we could ask Marina. Huh, good luck. She would not betray me like that. Then I'll ask Oliver. He usually cracks if I ask him nicely while looking down at him. Marina would kill you if you intimidate Oliver again. I know because I was there when she told you. Damn it. Well then, guess you do have a good advantage after all. Good luck against, us. You'll need it. For the first time, I don't have to be dragged along into a crazy plan, since I'm in sync with my battle partner on that matter. It seems like we are both set on doing our best, even if the odds are against us. Meanwhile, Cole is trying desperately to protect himself from Rose's axe attacks, while Marina creates ice surfaces under Oliver's feet, making him slip and fall, but not attacking much. I would have loved to see the end of this battle, but we need to talk tactics in a private place. The familiar cold air of the back rooms fills my lungs as we step inside, losing the two men amongst the crowd outside. Soon after making our way to a much more secluded and inviting break room, the cat becomes a dead weight behind me. Then falls to the floor on his knees, turning his laughter into sobbing. What's wrong? Why are you crying? Because neither of us will be virgins anymore after today. Why? Because we're gonna get fucked by those two. Do you mean literally, or...? In the ass. Fucked so hard. We'll both be sloppy cum messes on the arena's floor. I can't tell if you're being literal or not. You're scaring me. And exciting me. Aiden will absolutely not have any mercy, at least not towards me. Why did you bring me into this? It was your idea. And are we getting actually fucked or not? No, we're getting murdered. That is so much worse. I know. So, what's the plan? Thankfully, those four are not hurrying to end the battle, so we have a little time to discuss. But I doubt that there is much discussion to be made. We'll just have to accept a beating like the losers that we are. Luck just isn't on my side these days. Unless you have some kind of ace up your sleeve. Recommended student? I do in fact have one, but a certain demon just refuses to tell me what the hell this ace even does. You didn't ask. I did multiple times. Well, you should have been clear about your demands. Can I know what it does now? It feels like a good time for... apogee, don't you think? Here's the bottom line. It's pretty simple, really. Touching someone while having the medallion on, your person will absorb magic from them and any item, spell, or summon as well. You just have to think really hard about sucking them off while doing so. Do you mean that? No. I didn't mean that literally, you fucking slut. The reason I wanted you to have this, even though it is a precious gift given to me long ago, is because it is perfect for energy manipulation. As you might know, your magic doesn't consume. Well, magic, it feeds on energy, which can be hard to acquire on your own. This little item lets you not only have almost unlimited energy, but also weakens your enemies, while also having no suspicions cast upon you, since this should already be a part of your power kit. This is awesome, actually. It might actually be what we need. You're welcome, by the way. I didn't say thank you. Ungrateful bitch. I do hope that you get literally double penetrated out there. Me too. What? What? I'll be away for a while. I might just have something. That's my partner. What you got? A gun? What? No. How would I even get one of those? Chelsea? That makes sense. But no. You know how I have energy manipulation as my ability, right? Are you gonna nuke the arena? No, I'll drain their magic. Ooh, that sounds useful. Those two have a lot of magic. How will you do that? If I touch someone, I can drain their magic. Simple as that, which becomes energy for my manipulation ability. And you kept an ability like that from me? I just didn't have an opportunity to use it, and I don't like showing off. Whatever, yeah, that will come in handy. Let's think of other things. He starts pacing the room as I sit down on one of the soft, so very soft couches. After some thinking, he becomes more and more irritated. How is that fair? Aiden can straight up take away my whole deal by canceling my teleportation, and Dallin is immune to magic altogether. Well, what else can you do? Well, let's review it back. I can shoot teleportation balls. You saw them in practice against Marina, which are actually not cancelled by Aiden's spell. But they are pretty hard to hit on an unexpected target. And Dallin is, again, immune to them. I also know how to fight pretty well, even if I might not look it. Dallin taught me, actually. So you know his fighting style? Pretty much. And you can electrocute people and drain magic. Alright, now who fights who? Obviously it's a pair battle, but usually the norm is that you focus on one opponent, then the winner gangs up on the other. That's not always the case, but Dallin's and Aiden's styles are way too different for them to work together. I think the obvious choice is that you have to fight Dallin and I'll do Aiden. Why do I get the strongest one? Shouldn't you fight Dallin, since there is a small chance that your draining ability will even work on him? He might be the strongest one, and you're right, it might work, but Aiden will be less inclined to hurt me. Oh. You're super right. Our nurse can mend bones and even reattach limbs, so I don't want Aiden to get any funny ideas. Yikes. Look at you, looking at me and caring about my well-being. Set on being my third adoptive father? I doubt that you want that. You'll just have to hold your own against Dallin until I can get to drain Aiden off, then we can gang up on Dallin. Doubt that it's that easy. If only I could teleport, Aiden would be out in a heartbeat. Actually, I have yet another perhaps stronger ace in my hand. Ooh, let's hear it. It's my time to test this new spell for the first, well, technically second time. I raise my hand and snap my fingers in his face, thinking really hard about scribbles. The sound my fingers made had a loud, unnatural echo to it as well as a little spark. The cat recognized the spell immediately, shooting his ears up. I remembered now. You used this on me yesterday. I still can't believe that you know it. Alright, energy manipulation. I can't believe canceling magic does fall in your category. But how would that help us? You just made me not able to teleport. Oh right, I never explained to him the second part of the spell. The funny part is that it works both ways. I'm listening. I spend the next minute or so explaining how the spell really works, the cat smile growing wider and wider. I wonder who Aiden's anchor is. Perhaps his dad or an ex? In any case, We shouldn't use it inside the arena. Do you mean... Yep. With one last grin and a perfect plan in hand, we're ready for our battle announcement. Chelsea's loud, excited voice can be heard throughout the arena, the back rooms, and perhaps even in the MindofFur's camp that we visited earlier. The girl is loud, but it's understandable since apparently the pair before us did a number on each other, with the winner being Cole. No, not Cole and Marina, just Cole, since the fox and mouse couldn't bring themselves to hurt one another. Rose put out a great fight, but in the end, magic won. The crowd already started to stir again, anticipating the last battle. What an incredible fight! It was the most climactic and also wholesome fight so far. It had action, it had drama, it had comedy, it had love. What else is there to want? Other than the new XR98 prototype battlesuit gloves that will make cutting down nightfall in a breeze, while also protecting your hands from anything for only $298.99. You can also... The whole crowd groaned simultaneously upon hearing the ad break. Not even in magic sect schools can you take a break from the ads. Soon the excitement came back alongside the cheers as Chelsea finally decided to get to the final battle of the day. Without further ado, I'm proud to present to you all the best, most handsomest, smartest, sexiest, most talented individual of the day, Dallin, leader of the Defender Shard. If the crowd was loud before, now it goes completely wild. Alongside his battle partner, Aiden, vice leader of the Slayer Shard. Of course Aiden wouldn't get the same treatment as her best friend. Against our infamous troublemaking first years, I'm already a troublemaker alongside him. Darkstar? Of the Sorcery Shard? Yes, she used one of my trial names. Partnered up with his shardmate and first year, Cody. The people cheered for us too almost as hard as for Dallin and Aiden. Those must be pity cheers. They know you're about to die. We all jumped inside the arena as our names were being presented. But something is wrong. Why do they look so angry? I don't know. They're coming closer. Was my name that bad? Yeah, but not bad enough to put a frown on Dallin's face. I think that they're both looking at you, actually. What? Why? That can't be. Cody! Cody! Yep, somehow I pissed them off. The bell didn't ring yet. The cat gets in front of me protectively, extending his arms to block their path. Can I help you? Why didn't you tell us? Tell you what? That you joined the Sorcery Shard. Dallin's face turns to disappointment, then sadness, while Aiden stays as red as ever. I'm sorry, I forgot. Didn't think it was a big deal. And here I thought that I still had a chance. A chance at what? Nothing. I mean, getting a recommended student in my shard. That's what I meant, of course. Now the Sorcery Shard has two. At least yours has one. I knew that you two would get butthurt if we told you, so I decided it's best to keep quiet. Shouldn't have known that you try to keep them all to yourself. You didn't get scammed the second time, did you, Cody? You don't give me enough credit. Our arguing is cut short by the resounding ring of a bell. Looks like we'll solve the rest of this dispute with fists. What dispute? You created a problem that never existed. We split up, getting about 50 feet away from each other, facing the guys that we agreed on. As expected, the first thing Aiden does is to snap his fingers, leaving my partner, quote-unquote, useless. Great. Time to fight a huge wolf with my bare hands. Aiden looks pleasantly surprised to see me approach. I must admit, I really thought that I'd had to fight Tate. He must really hate getting his powers erased so easily. Was revenge not on his mind? Ha. I know we've only known each other for a couple of days, but I realized pretty fast that it's not wise to match him against you. True, Dallin can't bring himself to hurt people if he can help it. Can you? Yes. Dozens of bright daggers made of light appear around him, shooting at all at once. Scribbles? Yes, I remember the plan. I dodge as many as I can. The ones I'm too slow for, Scribbles deflects in a subtle manner, some of them grazing and cutting my clothes. It's safe to assume that he is not messing around. You're very flexible. I get that a lot. I was the best in my tango class. Then let's dance. But wait, I was joking. He stops any long-range attacks that he was about to throw and gestures for me to get closer while doing an inviting tango pose. He takes a quick look behind him at the headmaster, who is watching us both like a predator, while Chelsea's focused on the other pair. If he wants to engage in hand-to-hand combat, I will not say no. Unless you get fatal damage to the brain from a single punch and fall limp before doing anything. The Pessimist King. The power dynamic in this battle is so one-sided that nobody questions neither Aiden nor me when I follow his lead and approach with my own dance moves. A funny move for a joke of a battle. In the meantime... Tate, you can't teleport. Why are you approaching me instead of running away? All that I have to do is trap you in a cage and get you out of the arena. I don't even have to hurt you. Victory is not always about winning the battle, but having the courage to fight against all odds. You really truly feel that way? Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. I don't know what to say. I never knew that you were so determined and honorable. Never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. Alright, I made up my mind. I'm going to fight you with dignity as well. People like to see others getting dominated in the arena, but I can't refuse a request for an honorable defeat. Our plan of softening Dallin with inspirational quotes from famous people worked. This gives us yet another 1% chance towards victory. About 96 more to go. Dallin lets his shields down, everything except for his anti-magic barrier, and gestures for the cat to come at him with a wrestling move, not dance. Let's see if those fighting lessons I gave you paid off. Without having to get a response from Dallin, I can safely assume that those lessons worked wonders. The larger, muscular wolf is finding it hard to get a grip on the small, Lilith and agile cat, running circles around him and managing to score some very nice hits. If that were me, or even Aiden, those kicks and claw strikes would hurt. Unfortunately, it barely affects Dallin. His pelt is thick, and the muscles are not just for show. Their fight is another hint that we're in the midst of a losing battle. But hey, maybe we can impress the headmaster and entertain the crowd? Back to my side. Unlike Dallin, this tiger does not agree to a non-magical fight, but what he did decide on his own is that he's going to toy with me as much as he can. I try to touch him or grab him, but he dodges like a phantom, literally, phasing through me or turning body parts into smoke whenever I come even close to contact. His dance was not just a metaphor, grabbing my wrists and waist and twirling me around and even catching me before I fall and putting me back on my feet. Is there also a dance where your partner grabs your ass with both hands and squeezes like a fresh batch of slime or bubble wrap? No? Yeah, that's what I thought. Damn you. What? I didn't draw blood so far. You should be thankful. That's it. Scribbles, do the thing. On it. The sand around me suddenly shoots up as I slam my foot on the ground. The sand is moved by Scribbles' wind spell, but my foot slam shouldn't make it so for the crowd. It appears like I did it. The move takes Aiden by surprise, since in his eyes, I'm a lightning mage or something. Then I dash towards him through the sand, appearing in the tiger's face. With yet another spell from Scribbles, I throw a mighty punch in his chest, making him fly and tumble out of the arena. Of course, my happiness was short-lived as his body turns to sand and a voice speaks from behind me. Good trick. My turn. He once again grabs my waist, but this time, instead of a dance move, he holds both of my arms above my head with one hand, then, to my surprise, falls over me. Pinning my hands to the ground, light shackles sprouting from the sand, holding them there. He then gets on his knees and raises my feet in the air so that there is basically no way for me to hurt him, not with my hands nor my feet. I wonder if my partner had better luck than me. Hey. Hey. The cat is being held just a couple of feet from me, in Dallin's arms, completely immobilized without a sweat. How did that happen? Tango into sexual harassment. You? Inspirational quotes into Berngruff. Sorry, Tate, your fighting is actually really good. It's a shame that you got paired against someone that finds those moves more annoying than threatening. Were you impressed, though? Very. You put some nice spins on them. I did not see anyone do an uppercut from above me. Wow. And, Aiden? He was a bit of a trouble for me as well. So I had to put him in jail. Yeah, but, do you have to hold him like that? What do you mean? I studied him closely, both at auditions and while fighting, and concluded that all, or at least most of his powers come from his hands and feet, so I'm making sure that he can't use them. The two guys look at him unimpressed, while I only now realize how awkward this stance really is. Aiden's big hands are holding my thighs, or you could say my ass at this point, with the rest of his body standing above me, looking directly at it. Not cool, Aiden. Can't you keep it in your pants for one battle? I don't get it. What's wrong with what I'm doing? Look at him. He's totally defenseless. So is the cat. At least Dallin doesn't look like he's going to take a bite out of my ass or stick some fingers in wherever he feels like it. Cody's pants are the only thing keeping your tongue from his hole. If Dallin took his dick out, he could stick it in you in the blink of an eye. I would never do that to Tate, not without his consent. And I would? Yeah. Most likely. Please? I mean, how awful. No, I would not. The crowd is cheering on, even though they can't hear our conversation while the headmaster continues watching. Prove it. What? Let him go to prove that you're not doing it, just to get a look and feel of his sweet, juicy ass. Easy on the adjectives. Yeah, prove it. Dallin! What? I truly believe a less sexual pose could have been chosen. It's a trap. Obviously they want us to let go so that we can continue fighting. As it stands now, they're going to lose as soon as the bell rings, in about 4 minutes. Ooh. You're right. They are a mischievous pair. Yeah, no shit. Well, it was worth a try. It's been a pleasure fighting alongside you, partner. Same partner. I guess the battle is over. Would you like to do the honors of ending it? It would be my pleasure. What are you two talking? In the blink of an eye, the cat disappears with a flash of blue light from the wolf's grasp. Reappears near Aiden, touches him, and teleports away again, taking him with. In less than a second, the tiger's feet went from being tucked away near me to outside of the arena while his kidnapper's feet are still inside. The cat then lets go, leaving the confused tiger to fall on his ass in the sand out of the match. The crowd was silent. I was silent. Dallin was still looking at his empty arms, perplexed. The cat wipes a dribble of sweat from his forehead and rearranges his hood, turning towards the announcement tower with a grin. It appears that the Slayer's vice leader used an illusion spell to trick his opponent into thinking that they won. Right? Dallin? Dallin looks again at the flabbergasted tiger, still laying in the sand, then looks at Chelsea and shakes his head. No? Then the score so far is 1-0 in favor of the first years? Amongst the silence, one loud laugh echoes throughout the arena, a mature and deep laugh coming from Chelsea's side. The headmaster enjoyed our half victory. Following his lead, the people start to applaud and cheer and laugh and scream. But how? Aiden's spell never failed, for years and years. We always stopped you from teleporting whenever necessary, You couldn't possibly have been faking its effects all this time. Ahem. Cody? Yeah, a little less known thing about me is that I can get rid of that spell pretty easily. A cancellation spell that can be nullified by another one of the same kind. Yep. But he didn't snap. No, but Aiden did. What? I came into the arena with my teleportation already missing. So, when Aiden snapped, I got it back. Then, why not use it from the start? It wouldn't work on you, and if I target Aiden, he would just replace his body with something else. I couldn't possibly touch him in time. So you gave us a false sense of victory, making him flustered on top of that. Bingo! We knew that he'll start trying something lewd against me, even if not on purpose. That's all fun and all, but what was the point? What do you mean? You will not win against me, so your efforts still remain meaningless. Except now, I will have to be a bit more serious. The cat rejoins me to get ready for this 1-on-2. Dallin takes off his jacket, revealing muscles that I didn't know people could develop, and his pelt growing thicker. He takes the bandana he always carries around his waist and ties it around his eyes. So that's not just a fashion item. What is he doing? As far as I know, it makes all his senses incredibly sharp. Whatever it does, I know that there is no way to win in a one-on-one fight against him in this state. Good thing that we're a team then. Are you sure that you can handle it? Yes, if he catches you, then it's game over. I can easily get out. I hope. Alright, win, so that we can brag about winning to those wild furs. Oh, we will, even if it will be dirty. With these final good lucks and Dallin's finished transformation, the cat runs on the other side of the arena, where he'll be safe waiting his turn. Are you sure that you don't need help, Cody? His magic doesn't work on you, so for now, it's better that he stays there. I'm guessing that he'll just teleport away if I try to go for him. Precisely. Then I'm sorry. I have to end this quickly. He extends his hands towards me, then my vision becomes a translucent golden color, as I'm being trapped in a box. Yeah, I expected this. Let's see how this will work. The box starts moving rapidly towards the edge of the arena, so I touch two sides of the cubes and think about sucking it off more than I ever fantasize about anybody. To my surprise, it takes less than a second for the walls to crack and shatter, letting me jump right out before my body leaves the arena. Dallin looks impressed, stunned, shocked, amazed. I didn't know that you could do that. Haim has been the only one who has ever shattered my barriers that easily. No wonder you're a recommended student. He tries to repeat the move twice more, but I get out even quicker with each attempt. The original plan was that my friend will teleport me on top of Dallin as many times as it takes until I get to touch him enough to break his barrier. But a particular demon had another idea, so we can conserve the cat's energy. Now, after absorbing his spells, try to use your own energy powers. I do so as he says, channeling energy into my feet alongside some more speed enchantments. Meanwhile, Dallin switches his tactics, hitting me from below, from the side, from above, from everywhere with magic shields that disappear as fast as they appear, not letting me touch them. Ow! Who knew that? Ouch! Shields can hurt that much. I dodge as many as I can, and the rest, I either try to outrun or ignore. Easier said than done. Each strike a new bruise, each step forward means heavier, more desperate attacks from Dallin, until my advances are stopped completely in favor of defending the numerous attacks. This will just go to show that no amount of magical powers would even make you win. At least you look less pathetic than you would have looked otherwise. I am not done yet. A shield swipes my legs while the other hits me from the side. Before realizing the continuous blows manage to push me step by step towards the edge of the arena again. Despite everything, this wolf still doesn't want to hurt me more than he has to. If I were a Nightfallen, one of those shields would have smashed my head into little pieces a long time ago. This is not how this was supposed to go. The plan was that he'd stop attacking after a while. You showed off too much, now he considers you worthy. Damn it. I watched Dallin from a distance. He took a couple of steps back, removing any progress that I made running until now. His face beneath the eye cover shows no emotion. He's not enjoying this, he's not regretting this, he's just doing it because this is expected of him. It's just a determined face. A face that is now 2 inches from my muzzle. Got you. I grab onto him with all my grip strength, enchanting my ability to do so as well. I am not letting this opportunity slip as I rotate my body so that I am attached to his back. How did you? I start sucking him off real hard. 1. That is not how I should have expressed that thought. I can't be certain, but I believe my cat partner decided to ignore our plan and shoot a teleportation ball towards me. Yes, you were just about to leave the arena, so he saved your ass. The reason why I never wanted something like that was because Dallin would have blocked the spell. 2. Fortunately, he was too busy making sure to not accidentally kill me or let me go, so that there wasn't time to focus on anyone else. The wolf struggles to reach me, although I am not as agile as my friend. I am still small and flexible, so that is proving difficult for him. 3. More shields turn projectiles hit me from all sides, but I take advantage of Dallin's pacifistic nature, once again, confident that it'll be alright. 4. At last, Dallin decides to take the most effective but dangerous countermeasure he has, which he should have used from the start. That is, falling over. I can see my life flash before my eyes as this mountain of a man topples over as I brace for impact. I served as a good sacrificial pawn. 5. The barrier protecting him from all magic is now broken. Goodbye, cruel world. At least I won against a leader. Yes, he only used about 20% of his power, but still. So dramatic for no reason. I close my eyes at my last moments, then open them with the most handsome, smiling angel looking down at me. Huh? Look! I lay in my friend's arms as he points towards our second opponent, sitting on his ass right next to the tiger that still hasn't recovered from the shock. My barrier was destroyed? But no. Don't tell me. We won. Yes. He helps me up by one shoulder, the shield strike proving to have done a lot more damage than I thought, but I managed to stand with its help. Ahem. In case the audience didn't catch up yet. He raises a fist in the air. We won, bitches! The dead silent crowd keeps quiet for at least a couple more seconds. Well, you hurt the cat. They won, bitches! Among the loud crowd, the headmaster's full-on belly laughter can be heard clearly. Do you still think that you're an unlucky person? Yes, because now I know for sure all my luck was exhausted the day that I met you. He jumps to hug me, big mistake considering my sorry state. But that did not matter. Nothing can ruin this moment for us. We walk back into the crowd, being congratulated by dozens of strangers, some asking how we did it, others asking how we got so good so quickly. One answer. The power of friendship and teamwork. No, it's not a childish or cliché. No, it's not childish or cliché, since this time our bond and teamwork really did do the dream work. The group of strangers are being pushed aside by our friends. Rose and Cole are the first ones to appear like rockets, telling us how amazing we are and how cool we looked before running off to whatever business they had to attend to. Marina and Oliver were next. The fox was a little too excited that we beat Aiden, specifically while the mouse used all his strength to congratulate us with all the anxiety inside of him. All this time, Chelsea is busy closing out the battles while her announcement partner makes his way towards us. Unlike the first 2 days here, surprisingly, his presence does not intimidate either of us anymore. What a performance! Winning against a leader and a vice leader as first years. Shouldn't be too surprised, since you did make a point about managing the impossible with that list. Why, thank you, sir. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Dallin didn't go all out, not even close. I do not doubt that. I'm new around here as well, but I know that man's talent. I bet you feel really stupid trying to give me detention. Huh? Shut up, you idiot! I'll bat my ears at this one, for the sake of your victory. It was a very amusing match. Carry on this way and I foresee a bright future for the both of you. He walks away satisfied. Sheesh, finally, we managed to impress him. And it only took 2 miracles. Speaking of 2 miracles, they're coming towards us right now. Hey, you'll protect me against Aiden if anything, right? I won't let anyone touch you. After this battle, I actually believe that you can do it. The 2 guys approach us way less angry than they enter the arena. In fact, they're smiling. People around us watch them attentively while getting out of their way. Well, that just happened. You guys, we're amazing! Dallin takes us both into a big hug, reaching his arms towards Aiden and trapping him as well. Why am I being congratulated? Because you did a great job as well. To be fair, we only won with cheap tricks. Nah, nothing about you is cheap. Dallin is right. You were awesome. I have to agree with everyone here. You did good. Our failure could have been avoided if only we took you more seriously. But that's a lesson for us in the future. Yes, even if you didn't go all out, you can be sure that we won't underestimate you in the future. Besides, teleportation, canceling, and blocking you in a cage are cheap moves as well. When we fight in the arena, I can't really use my trump card since I'd probably destroy half the town. Just what can you do exactly? We all have our special moves. I still can't believe that I didn't see that plot twist coming. Cody is full of surprises. You have no idea. Now, we should probably get going. You know, we don't want to miss the thing. Oh, right, the thing. What thing? You two have been so mysterious since you met each other. How long will we be left in the shadows for? It's not my fault nobody ever wanted to go on adventures with me. The last adventure that you took me on was worm hunting. The worms ended up being great bait. You didn't even fish. You just kept screaming at the edges of the lake about how disgusting fishing is, scaring away all the fish. Details, details. What's important is that now I have a real important and fun thing to attend to because of Cody. So, if you'll excuse us. Good luck wherever you're heading to then. And Tate, bring back Cody safe, or we'll have problems. And make sure to respond to our texts as well, if you're outside the barrier for long. Alright, Mom. Bye, guys. Might see you for dinner later. Still, my friend takes me back to my dorm to get a change of clothes before visiting the nurse's office to get patched up. The cat takes my hand and holds on tightly before the usual flash of light covers my vision, but instead of the nightfall in camp, my dorm room appears in front of us. I get it, he's more thoughtful than I am. I get a new change of clothes before visiting the nurse's office as well. Only then does he take us both in front of the Nightfallen camp's main gate. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I left it there because I more or less already know what's gonna, or how this is gonna progress, so it's better that I leave it there. Anyways, so the first part that you saw, which is the Nightfallen camp already, that was originally from the previous video, but because it ended up being like an hour 40 something minutes, I was like, yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna have to cut the Nightfallen camp part out of that and then stick it into this part. So yeah. Anywho, so this pair battle was a bit more entertaining than the previous two. Again, because, you know, since Tate is the third character to be written, I suppose MindofFur has like a better grasp of how to go about these things. So as with Tate's story as a whole, it just feels more refined in a way, which kind of irks me because Tate gets more character development than Dallin or Aiden. Poor Aiden has like very minimal character development that can only fit like in 4 videos. Dallin gets 6, but Was it 6? I don't remember. I don't know how much I recorded, but like Dallin, to me, speaking as somebody that already technically glossed over Tate's, I kind of like the twist more on Dallin, but like I haven't actually read completely Tate's. I just sort of glossed over to see how long it was. But yeah, but like character development for Dallin is also shorter compared to Tate's. But yeah, anyways, so it was very smart of them to have Tate's teleportation canceled before going in, because it was obvious that Aiden was going to do it. So that just sort of reactivated it, giving them a false sense of security, being able to boot out Aiden, because he was technically the most dangerous out of the two characters. And it was always obvious that Cody was going to be the one to be able to basically defeat Dallin, even though he had to have Tate help him. But yeah, I wasn't originally imagining that they were going to teleport him out, and I suppose that is a big blow for him, realizing that his shield is not all powerful. And it is surprising that the headmaster found that so amusing, or at least found the battle so amusing, because of how stern he is. But I suppose seeing Tate and Cody actually putting the effort in this battle is more worthwhile for him than just seeing them just act kind of silly, because it actually is showing that Tate can actually apply himself when he wants to, or I guess in this case when he has somebody that helps him apply himself properly. Because again, apparently he knows Tate from when he was a child, but he knows him as a troublemaker. But yeah, anyways, so yeah. Write down in the comments what you think, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Shards yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description for MindofFur's Twitter page, or their Blue Sky page if I remember to put it there. And that should have a direct link to the itch.io page where you can download Shards and, play it. Or you can just go to itch.io and download it yourself. That might be the easier thing to do if you haven't already. And I will also post a link down for their Patreon, where you can subscribe and get early access to builds of Shards before everyone else. And I believe that the next build is, of course, going to be about Scribbles. Or I guess, not so much about Scribbles, but the summoning Shard, which, will revolve around Scribbles, because the other recommended student is technically the only one that stands out to me as potential partner stuff. Because, I suppose the other one is Therium, but ugh. But yeah, anyways. And considering that MindofFur did say that the fourth route against Scribbles is going to be a little bit different from all the other ones, my assumption is that it's not going to focus on Cody partnering up with any of these three dorks, that it's just going to be about Cody and Scribbles. But yeah, anyways, so, because Scribbles is like technically the default partner, and these three idiots are the extra, the plus one that Cody's bringing. But yeah, anyways, so yeah. Also, my Ko-fi will be linked down in the description in case you want to, donate to me. You don't have to, but it will be appreciated. Like a lot. Anyway, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.